Hey, everybody. Hey, it's Jen in Canada. Here's my coffee. How is everybody doing? Apologize for the sun. The sun is actually out right now. I'm in my chair. I have a princess behind me. And the Peters are asleep over on the couch over there. My kids are still in bed. Slowly getting up. My husband's been up since about 2. He couldn't sleep last night, so he got up and started doing work. So he's working from home because we're still at Ottawa has been declared emergency, so everybody work from home if you can. Don't go out. Just do groceries, doctor's appointments, that type of stuff. So we try not to go out. My family has not left the house except for me. I went out actually yesterday, ran to the store, a few things because we tried to order through Instacart this weekend and for delivery on Monday, and I had a whole bunch of things on my list that was there and possible replacements, but a lot of those things weren't available, and a lot of the things that we normally buy were not available, like even to put on the list. Like it just wasn't there. Like a lot of the stuff in the Middle Eastern section or the international section and stuff that we like, the seasonings and stuff that help to make things boring, like beans or rice, taste good. So, um, so I went and ran to the store yesterday. It was actually not bad. The store closest to me, which is about a 10-minute walk, or about 5-minute bus drive, 10 to 15-minute walk, depending on how fast you walk. It was really good. Actually, everything was there. Food Basics uh, by me. Their fresh produce actually looked really good. Sometimes Food Basics produce looks tired. The only thing that looked tired was the lemons. I did not pick up the lemons because they looked kind of tired. The rest of the stuff was good. The fresh fruits and vegetables looked pretty good, so I picked up what we needed from there. Normally, I do groceries. I shop the sales. So I go to each store and I get all the sales, or I price match at Superstore, which is not necessarily close to me. If I go to Superstore, it's about 20-minute drive, 15-minute drive from my house. I don't drive, so I don't really want to take public transportation. Um, Even though they've spaced it out and stuff, and not very many people are taking it, and then taking an Uber, it would cost me probably about $20 to get there and $15 to get back. Here, I walked to the store. I did take an Uber back. Um, the gentleman who was the driver just opened up the trunk. I put the stuff in, took the stuff out, and it cost me $7. I'm like, that's better than anything. But I looked at the store. They had lots of stuff, not lots on the shelf. So there was some things that, like the flour, for example. There was still flour on the shelves and yeast, but the big, huge bags of flour were sold out. The medium bags, there was like multiple different types. Like there was the store brand as well as the Robin. I think it's Robin, whatever the brand names are, Red Robin or something like that. There was 2 or 3 name brands, plus the store brand, and plus the little packages of flour. There was yeast. There wasn't the big, huge brick yeast like we have at Costco. They also have it as well, but it's more expensive. It's like $6 or $7 there. While at Costco it's like 5. But they had lots of stuff. They had lots of cereals and cookies and canned foods. They still had stuff. Okay, they weren't out, but they were picked over. So, like, I picked up like canned soup, the cream soups of the store brand were on for 88 cents. So I picked up 2 cream of chicken 2 cream of celery, because they're usually not on sale, um, for some casseroles that I plan to make, because casseroles stretch things out. Um, but there wasn't like, the shelves weren't completely full as they usually are. They were, um, thinned out. There was still actually toilet paper at that store. I did not need toilet paper, but I have a bunch of toilet paper. Hello, princess. Mhm. See, she just woke up. And, so I didn't need toilet paper, so I left it there for somebody else. I just did my normal shop. And my normal shop, I might have picked up 2 of. They did have limits on paper products and oil and meat and bread. Um, Actually, no, not on bread, because I picked up 2 of burgers, buns, and 1 of pita bread, I believe. So, that was, like, individual items. So things that they had that were on sale, things that were on sale, there was limits. Things that are, high demand, like toilet paper or paper products, there was limits of 2 per item. But there was lots of paper towels and Kleenex. As I said, there was 4 on the shelf of the toilet paper, but somebody else had said that they probably have some more in the back, as well as that day was delivery day for the trucks. So, I have not ventured out anywhere else. I have not gone to Costco. I've been hearing, we have a group near on Facebook where they talk about what's there. Like, they take the picture of the sign by the front door of Costco of what's sold out and what's available. Toilet paper is always there first thing in the morning if you can make it there, but, by about noon or so, they're out. But I don't need toilet paper. I'm good. I'm good for at least a month now. Being a banana. So, um, family-wise, everybody's here is healthy as per normal-ish. Like, Abby is not necessarily healthy, but she's not sick any more than what she was. So we're still dealing with nausea, we're still dealing with her stomach pain, she's still doing it with tiredness and stuff like that. But now with school being closed, um, there's a little bit less pressure. I think personally, I'm kind of, it's sad to say, but it's kind of like it's it's kind of like, how misery likes company type thing. Um, Things that I'm experiencing with my daughter, now everybody is experiencing with their child, you know, but with multiple subjects. So she's still slowly working on this one course that she'll hopefully get done as soon as possible so she could possibly get a second course. But I don't know if that is going to happen. But we're still working on her health. She did 3 sessions of the IV iron, um, for 3 weeks in a row. So that should give her a boost with the iron, which will hopefully help with the energy. Um, we do have an appointment next week, but they've changed it to being a video appointment, like on my computer, with her and us. So it's not an in physical one. So that's a good thing. Hey, Florida Greg, you can go out. Well, I wouldn't. So our city has a state of emergency right now. Well, first our province was in state of emergency, and our city. We've have, I think, 25 confirmed cases in our city of Ottawa. Like, we're Canada, we're in the West End, but we had one of the first few cases in Canada as Ottawa, because there was one person who came back from vacation in the Alps and went to work at the high tech industry in Canada, and they um, were sick, and they got 2 other employees sick. So I don't know if that person lived in Canada, but their office was the first one to completely send everybody home and telework. Oh yeah, chores. I'm dreading. I have so much. All I'm doing these days is cooking and cleaning and laundry. like even more so because there's now 4 people in the house, 24 hours a day, and everybody is peckish and very snackish. I don't know what it is. Everybody wants snacks. So we ran out of like all the number one snacks that I bought on March 4th. That we were down to the snacks that I thought my family would like, but they were like, not the greatest. So they were stuck eating those. um, and that's why I tried to do an instant cart order on Monday. That worked out well for the snacks. I found some different, not great prices though. Like they were like $3 a bag of chips type thing, which is the normal store price. But usually I don't buy chips and stuff like that unless it's on sale for $2 or less, or 2.50 max, So it's like $3 or 3.25 for the fancy chips or whatever. I was trying to give something different for my family because they're all like complaining, "Oh, we don't have this." No. I get any more whining, complaining, I'm gonna shoot someone. Not really, but just, yes, princess, you're complaining too. Oh, cool, Greg. I'll go pop over there once I'm done here. But yeah, so I've just been cooking and stuff, and the past 2 weeks I have not done a menu plan. I was planning on doing it this week. I really, really was. It didn't happen. But I will for next week. Now that I have a fresh amount of groceries, I know I have, and I'm planning on a list here so far of like what we have and what I can make of that for my family. They do want snacky stuff. And that. So I'm going to plan out here. I've got Princess trying to climb up here. Oh, she's going to go behind me. She just glows. She just glows with the sun there. I'm gonna try and close that a bit. What's the problem with this? There. Try and close that a bit. My PC stepped out. Did I miss an answer? Yes, Princess. But she wants to lie behind me on the chair. So she pushes me to the edge. She's like, "I want to lie down. It's my sleepy time." um. So this coming week, I will do a menu plan. I just haven't past 2 weeks, honestly, because my family's like, "Oh, like we've been eating supper late," which is kind of strange because considering my husband is teleworking, and so he doesn't even have traveling problems. And we normally eat when he was working at work between 6:30 and 7. And lately, it's been 7, sometimes 8. It's actually sunny today. Well, it was cloudy earlier. That's why I was starting this, but then the sun came out. It's been warm for Canada. We had snow a few days ago, and then it melted. And then we had rain yesterday. Not heavy rain, and it was cloudy today. So we still have snow outside. Um, but things are starting to melt. So that's kind of the good thing of being kind of like our government's been telling us to stay at home unless we have to go out for groceries or doctor's appointments and stuff. Don't go shopping. So that's why this week we were done with our 2 weeks of self isolation because of Jeff's coworkers' kids, um, and we're all fine. So we're all healthy. Nobody's got sick. So yesterday I ran out to the store because I tried to do instant cart. It no, I got a few things on there. I think I got like 20 things on there, and it cost like 100 and some odd dollars. I'm like, and it was all snacky stuff. Like there was some fresh stuff too, and milk. So yesterday I ran to the store close to me, picked up a few things that were on sale, picked up more fresh fruit and veggies, and a few canned things, not very many, but our store had stuff on the shelf. It was not busy. I was quite impressed. Which they were counting people coming in. They were wiping down carts. The produce looked really good. There was lots of produce. The canned fruits and veggies, there was lots of every type. Like there wasn't like a full shelf. Like you know how when it's full, like 2 or 3 layers, but there was at least one layer, and a variety. Some things were sold out, like toilet paper. They were sold out of most types of toilet paper, but there was like four or five packages on the shelf still. I did not need to pick up toilet paper, so I did not pick up here. Um, hey Google, what's the temperature? The temperature in Toronto right now is 3 degrees. It's 3 degrees, so it's warm. So I'm wearing a sleeveless top. I'm in my house. One thing I have noticed, though, oh, the good thing is, thank goodness, is Ottawa Hydro and Hydro One, which is two hydro areas for my area. So if you're in the inner city of, we're right on the edge of Ottawa Hydro, which is usually cheaper than Hydro One, which does almost all of Ontario. There's a few separate cities that have their own hydros, but which is electricity. They put everything on off-peak time. So we usually have off-peak time and mid-peak and high peak. So high peak is usually during the day, but they changed it all to off-peak time for the next foreseeable future because everybody has been told to work from home. My husband has been working from home. He's been having trouble connecting to the federal government's computers to download stuff for him to do his work. Like they were told just to go on on your work computer, log on, get what you need, and then log off because that the system is not able to handle 30,000 employees at once. But he couldn't sleep last night. What was interesting, so he went on to his computer at work. He goes, it was really fast connect. There was no connect. At 2 o'clock in the morning. He downloaded all the things that he thought he would need to put on his computer at home today for his meetings and stuff like that. But he's been enjoying that in a sense of not having the commute, but and sleeping in a bit. But the thing is, he's been having meetings and having home cooked lunches. So he's taken lunch a couple days. Not every day though, that's which I find is weird of coming up to have lunch with me and the girls. But most days I bring him something down because he usually has 12 to 1 blocked off to not have meetings, but usually meetings overflow or this past couple weeks has been emergency stuff because everybody being off, teleworking plus government year end is at the end of March. So nobody at the whole federal government buildings are closed. So his department, who is all technology, they had a whole bunch of computer stuff supposed to be delivered the next like this past 2 weeks, but the doors are like there's nobody there. Like there's no security. Like there's usually the commissioners, the security people there that will bring stuff up. But the floors are shut down. Everything is shut down. Plus you know, so they can't even deliver it. So if stuff is not delivered, it gets sent back to the company. So they have to deal with a whole bunch of reordering stuff and everything. Well, the problem is he still needs to be at, working during regular working hours too, because he's been in lots of meetings. That's all he's been doing. All I keep on hearing is him talking on the phone, different meetings, with different departments and stuff like that. So um, sometimes when I'm hearing the music going on, I know he's working because he'll put Google loud music and it will I can hear it upstairs. But Rowan's been doing all of her courses online. They've changed all of her courses to being online, so the teachers have been adding a whole bunch of mini quizzes and stuff online. So she's been doing that. We got a thing in the mail that she made the dean's list for her course. So I was like, woohoo! So that was really nice. And very, very proud of her work and stuff. But the only problem is I'm finding is with both girls home and Jeff home is everybody wants to eat or and they're like, "Oh, I'm peckish," or whatever, and so I'll make stuff. So I've been trying to make lunches or like ready for noon, um, and that, but some things just take longer, or I need to clear this off so that I can use this, or, and it's just I've had to stop what I'm doing, and it's having being an adult with ADHD. It's very hard and very distracting to stop what I'm doing to do something else. So like the other day I was clearing out the fridge because A, there was garbage day, plus I was going to do groceries, right? So clearing out the fridge, wiping down the shelves. This takes a lot of time and process with me. Um, just because I'm not fast and I don't have a lot of counter space right now because I have a bunch of stuff on it. I have to clear if I cleared off my counter space first, it's all the each thing needs to be done before the other thing. If I cleared out my counter space first, then cleaned out the fridge, then I would have the counter space. But no, I only had to use um, a small amount, so it took longer doing it that way. As I look back on it, and then my family, I didn't, you lose track of time, right? Like my clock on my stove is still daylight savings time, but not even the correct. I think it's like an hour and a half off. Like I don't know. I'm in a completely different time zone. There are no clocks in our house, like actual clocks. The only clocks we have are on the TV or on our phones. The microwave, the coffee maker, and the stove have a clock, but and the thermostat, but none of them are accurate right now. They're not even close. Like I have one that's like one Abby unplugged the coffee maker because it was an accident. She plugged it back in, so that reset the clock. So it's like about 7 hours off. The microwave is like I think the microwave is the closest one though. I think the microwave was is only about an hour off, but the stove is like an hour and a half off. I don't know why. So yes, she made the dean's list. Hey Amanda, yes. So I trying to do another live stream. Last time I did a live stream, there was a whole bunch of stupid teenagers in here or that causing trouble. So how's it going? If you watched the beginning of it, I was talking about as a moderator there, Greg. Yes, well ours is like completely different times. Well, my thermostat is the weirdest thing because my thermostat used to be like 20 minutes later, so I could try and get the family moving. I'd look at the thermostat, and go like, "Okay, it's 8 o'clock. Get out the door." But it was like not even 20 minutes. It was like something like 16 minutes or something like that. But I think the batteries are slowly dying in there because the time is like off. A great amount of time. I have to put new batteries in there as well as change the clock. But it's just like I have the stove clock on, but not the micro because my OCD can't handle if they're completely. Yeah. See, I need your OCD to come here and do that. I don't have OCD and I don't really care enough to do it. I just look at my if I want accurate time, I just look at my phone. My friend who comes over sometimes to have coffee, she's done that too. And when the coffee maker and the microwave are upsetting her, the time wise, she'll fix it. I'm like, more power to you. I'd rather just have my coffee and use the microwave. But yeah. So as I said, I went to the store in our area, closest one to me. Everybody's been talking about Costco and how they're out of certain things, but they keep on refilling the stuff. So if you can get there early, you can get your toilet paper. If you can't get there early, the toilet paper is they're at least limiting it now, but it's usually run out by midday. Just because I don't know how many people are still buying toilet paper there. I thought all the people that buy toilet paper have all the toilet paper they need. I mean, I have a good package of 40 rolls here. I'm good for another month and a half. So I hope all these people stop hoarding toilet paper so that when I do go to Costco again, I can buy a package of their toilet paper just because it's a bigger package. It's just easier to buy. It might like it's the cheapest one, better than the ones that are on sale. But I know it's just nuts. I'm like, it's not even. It's crazy. Like our local, like, well, also the Lysol wipes, and you can't find them at Costco. I found some at Food Basics, like 5-minute drive from the Costco. You know, like like there's bleach there. There's cleaning supplies. There's you don't have to get the big huge packages at Costco. You know, like people are like, oh, what's the thing at Costco and stuff. It's like there are other grocery stores within. Like I'm very lucky where we chose to buy our house is I can walk to the Walmart, which is not a superstore Walmart. It doesn't have any fresh food, but it has all the canned stuff. I can walk to a Loblaws, which is a Canadian grocery store. It's a little bit further. Um, that one's about half an hour walk. The Walmart's about 25 minutes walk. Food Basics I could walk to in 10 to 15 minutes, depending on the lights and stuff like that. I could walk to Sobeys, which is about another 25, 30 minutes. Same kind of distance. So where we are. So Walmart's over here, Loblaws is over here, Food Basics is over here, Superstore is this way. If I go up here, up Castle Frank, same distance as towards Superstore, but just go up Castle Frank Road, I could hit a Farm Boy, I could hit the Asian grocery store, I can hit that's about only really grocery stores, and then I can go. That's a half an hour, 40 minutes or so, because it's up a hill. And then I could go further down to independent groceries, um, within an hour walk. If I took the bus, it's like all those things are a 10-minute bus ride. You know? Yeah. So I went yesterday to the store because it was 2 weeks from when we were self isolating from Jeff's work thing, and everybody's fine. I have a tickle in the back of my throat, but I've had this tickle in the back of my throat since December. So it's like it's allergies. It's not a cold. It's like that dry tickle, but we're good. We could have lasted another couple more weeks without stuff, but my family was whining. I tried to do the instant cart. I managed to pick up snacks and some fresh food, but all the pantry items that I wanted were not available on there. And even the fresh food, I got the substitutions, not my first choice, but I got the ones I chose as a second choice. And some things they didn't even have the second choice. So there was not an option of if they don't have pears, get the kiwi. If they don't have kiwi, get the whatever. I'd rather personally just go and shop myself. But went yesterday. They wiped the carts. There wasn't actually. I didn't see a single person wearing a mask. I saw a few people wearing gloves. I had Purell in my pocket and I had gloves. I did not wear them. I Purelled my hands and I Purelled my cart. And then when I came home, I took a wipe with the disinfectant spray of 1 part bleach to 10 parts water and wiped everything that came in and put it on the shelves. And it's all fine. You don't want nobody coughed on me. Nobody was even close to me. They had all these stickers on the floor of where you're supposed to stand for the in line and stuff, and to stay away from people. And they kept on announcing it every 5 minutes to, you know, keep 1 to 2 meters away or 6 feet away or whatever they said. And there wasn't a lot of people in the stores. Like even when I was in the aisle, there was like maybe one other person in an aisle. I would go around the corner and go to the next aisle. I did take a look of things. I did find actually what I was quite surprised and happy to find. We were running low, not quite. We're running low on a bit of deodorant. Like we didn't have backups. Okay, we had one backup. and I had looked online on Amazon, and I had put those. That's why we had those before. But a store had the no aluminum ones, and it was only $5.99. So that's a pretty good price for no aluminum ones these days. The brand I used to get, they stopped making them. They stopped producing them here in Canada. So I don't know if they still have them in the States. But they were used to be like 3.29. I used to get them. So 5.99 is a good price. Not the best price, but I would love it cheaper. Um, but my kids go through them. Well, not so much now that they're not going to school, but they just take a shower every day. Just talking about stores and stuff. Um, one thing I've noticed though is that there's been a little bit less laundry. Everybody's staying from home. Hubby's been wearing, boxers and house coats and stuff, and I've been wearing PJ. And everybody's been wearing PJs or the clothes or whatever, and or wearing the same outfit for a couple days. They'll sleep at something at nice. When I get outside and do much stuff if possible. Yeah, I have to. I think I have to go take my family for a walk to get dressed and go outside because they have not left the house for 2 weeks. Um, except for Abby for her appointment, which we got a ride to the appointment, went through the at Chio Hospital, went through all the questionnaires, got our temperature taken, got Purelled and stuff, went to our appointment and went through the same thing. It was like going through security at the airport. I had a bit of anxiety going to this hospital actually, because I hate going through security at the airport. I'm like, oh, I know we are fine, but I still have to work. So do you have to go into the office, or can you do your work from home? See, here they've been making everybody like try and stay home, except for the essential workers, like the hospital workers, but also grocery store, liquor store, dollar store, apparently, because it sells food. And some communities only have like a dollar store or general store. Um, gas and mechanics. So like banks and stuff are closed. No, they're still open, but there's like one teller or whatever. Like they're doing a lot of, and they have a screen. Like the grocery stores are now putting up these plastic screens for the cashiers to help kind of protect them, and they're wearing gloves. Algae is keeping their social distancing. Shut up our office down. I'm at home. So, are you guys going to be getting paid while at home, or are you? So, what Canada is doing is that they've stopped the if you lost income, like you're not getting paid, you can apply for EI, and you don't have to have the 2 week waiting period. They're also set up a new emergency $2,000 a month um, plan for those are um, who are workers who are not getting a paycheck. Those who don't would not normally be able to benefit from the EI. So if you yourself are sick, or if you are taking care of somebody who's sick and you can't work, or you're self-employed and you have to now stay home with your kids and stuff, and you're affected by the virus because the schools are shut down, daycares are shut down, very few daycares are open, and they're usually just for the essential workers. Um, and even then, some essential workers are like in a home daycare and they've shut down. So, you know, yes, but I'm still. Well, yeah, I don't like Walmart myself. Like the Walmart I could walk to does not have fresh fruit. only canned stuff. Well, bread. They don't have veggies or fruit or anything. But from there, another 10-minute walk, like there's a Loblaws, which is a grocery store here in Canada. So that's a half an hour from my house, or 10 minutes to the Food Basics. Food Basics is kind of a discount grocery store. It's like the store that has all the generic stuff. It's the one that has the better sales. So like there's Metro is the main store, and then there's Metro or Sobeys main store, and then there's Food Basics or Freshco. Those are the stores I go to because they have the better sales. Like, I'm sorry, why should I spend $1.50 for a canned vegetable when I can get it for 79 cents on sale or 88 cents? Now I have to shop the sales, but right now I am not shopping the sales. I am not traveling. I'm not spending 6 to 8 hours doing my groceries every 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. I spent an hour and a half actually at Food Basics. Well, by the time going there and coming back, and I bought the things I needed. It was a little bit more than what I was expecting. I did find some things I didn't have on my list, but I'm like, I don't have extras of this at home, so I picked up two. It was not like same with deodorant. Like, I picked up 4 deodorants. Right there's $20, $22 plus tax, because I picked up some to have in the cupboard. Because last thing you want to do is, when you're actually going out in public, is to run out of deodorant. All microwave quick stuff. Well, see, the microwave quick stuff I did. So what I've learned is, when my family is home all day and they're hungry, I cannot be cooking fresh homemade stuff for breakfast, lunch, and supper. I need to have some convenient stuff. Now, does that mean I have to buy a bunch of convenient stuff? No. I need to make sure that I'm cooking some stuff so that I can put it in the fridge or the freezer so we can easily grab it. Because my husband only has about 40 minutes maybe for lunch sometimes. Most times he hasn't even had that. Like, I've just brought him food down and he's eaten. Like, right now he has some veggies and dip. Um, just tie him over until I make lunch. I made those cheeseburger egg rolls. I still have some in the fridge. Those were amazing, by the way. And just used the there's the Thousand Island dressing. I did. My husband goes, "Can you pick up the craft one?" Because the store brand is not as good as the craft. Um, I keep 6 feet away from alligators. Well, yes, that's a good idea. I think that's a good idea any time of the day, any time of the year. Um, but I picked up things to make some snacky things, to make some quick meals. So I picked up some burgers and chicken burgers, which and hot dogs or sausages, so we could have those for lunches. Um, we actually had chicken burgers for supper last night with some fries, and I picked up um, some samosas. I I can make some, but again, that's something that I would spend one morning doing, make a whole bunch, cook them up, and then freeze them. So that's what I'm planning on doing. I'm planning on making some samosas. I'm planning on making some dumplings and some other egg rolls, because I picked up some more egg roll wrappers. And because I putting leftovers in egg roll wrappers has been my family's like go-to thing the past, like, actually 2020 has that's been what we've been doing. I'm putting leftovers and putting them in egg rolls. My family's love them, so try it sometime. There you go. Welcome to the Smurf Squad. Um, That's because my family doesn't necessarily like leftovers as is. But I do have things like I picked up chicken, so we could have like Indian butter chicken stuff, because I have sauces and stuff, as well as I have naan. I have rice, so that might be actually what I might make the girls for lunch today. Oh, no, no! I was going to make the samosas and the leftover egg rolls today for lunch, so it'll be something quick, easy to grab. Because I have leftover rice too. Because tonight we're supposed to be, or hubby says we're going to order out. Because he wants to, he's had a rough week. Oh, by the way, today is also International Whiskey Day. So have a glass of whiskey, have a glass of Fireball, which is cinnamon whiskey. Normal complete meals. We don't have Hormel meals up here in stores, except for I've seen Hormel. I think like pepperoni at Walmart. I've seen some Hormel stuff at Walmart. But all the other stores don't have that type of stuff. I don't drink. Well, it's cheaper that way. I was just like, I saw it on my Facebook. Today was International Whiskey Day. I'm like, hello, Rowan. I'm on live stream. Just letting you know. Okay. Can you empty the dishwasher, please? You're doing work. Yes, I saw that. Thank you. Right now, I'm having coffee because it is after 11 right now, but I'm having coffee. But tonight, I will have that. So I have a few things that I'm going to be making over the next couple days that I'll be able to cook and have them in the fridge or in the freezer. I cut up a bunch of vegetables to have veggies and dip. I took all the veggies that I got on Monday that was able to get delivered through the Instant Cart, which wasn't a lot. And I cut them up and put in a Ziploc bag in the fridge. So we can have that as quick veggies, because that's one thing I've been noticing is like, as the weeks were going down, like I did groceries on the 4th, so this was like the 3.5 weeks. The fresh veggies and fruits was getting limited to the ones that my kids don't like. So getting them fruits and veggies into them, I had to hide them, chop them up into things. So then that means like spaghetti sauce or soup. Two things my family was getting tired of too. Plus, and or using frozen and fresh veggies and fruit. My family's not big on frozen veggies, so we have canned veggies, which isn't necessarily the greatest, but it's better than nothing. Come in a plastic tub, not frozen, just microwave for 1 minute. Yeah, we don't have those up here. I've seen them because I've seen them when I've done shopping in the States. Yeah, here in Canada we don't have them. At Walmart they have some things like of Hormel, but it's not a company that gets imported into Canada into the regular grocery stores often. Yes, my husband loves Chef Boyardee. So I always make sure that I have, whenever Chef Boyardee goes on sale for like 99 cents, I always pick them up. Or the big cans, the family cans, go on sale for about $2.50. I'll pick that up. $3 max. And those are I call them emergency meals. So those are the meals that are like, if we've eaten supper and I've made supper and there was only enough to have like one serving, like there was not extras, because I followed a recipe, like, what's with that. Or more people are still hungry because didn't make a lot. They can have a Chef Boyardee. Or if somehow I screwed up supper and it burnt or tastes like crap, we can have Chef Boyardee. I also have I picked up last year a case of organic SpaghettiOs because it was on sale for $4.97 for 12 cans. So I was like, as an emergency meal, kids can have that, or I could have that. Also, my Kraft Dinner, I have to look where Kraft Dinner is on sale again, because my Kraft Dinner that I bought probably about a year and a half ago, because it's usually on sale in September. I did not pick up any this past September because I still had. But I buy a box of 12, and they usually go on sale for like $6.50 or $6.99 for 12. So about 50 cents, just over 50 cents a box. When it's at that price, I'll pick up a box to put on my shelf. because my kids like Kraft dinner. Like when mommy and daddy would go on a date night, they'll make Kraft dinner or for a quick lunch, Kraft dinner and hot dogs or whatever. Um, I don't like Kraft dinner myself just because I ate way too much of it as a kid because we lived off that stuff. 15-ounce cans. Is that the normal cans? I don't know how many ounces are the normal cans. Here it's like hey, how many milliliters are is it gonna listen to me? Hey Google, how many milliliters are 15 US fluid ounces is equal to 443.6. Okay, that's about a normal size cans. Because I was gonna say our cans are like 384 or 441 or like it's a weird number. It's not. Yeah, if sometimes I can get them for 88 cents, but usually if they're 99 cents. But if you look at the comparison, technically, that's actually cheaper than what you get if you think about the conversion. Because $1.30, because our dollar is like 70 cents on your dollar, so it's actually cheaper when they're on sale here than it is on sale there. Hey Google, how much is Canadian dollar? $1 is approximately 71 cents. Because I can get 10 pounds of potatoes usually for $3.99. This week I got it for $4.97 because I went to just one store for Food Basics. I picked up cream soups for 88 cents. Not Campbell's, but because they weren't even their regular price was $1.20. I'm like, no. I get my Campbell's soup when it's on sale for 50 cents. Usually in September, I pick up like 12 or 20, chicken noodle, vegetable, and cream of mushroom, and a few tomatoes soups because they're not our favorites. When they're at 50 cents a tin, and I spend like $20 on canned food, on canned soups. Maybe well, more than like $40, I guess. That's why I said 12 or 20. I still have some from. It was September. Well, bye, Tom Tom. Have a good day. Are you working from home or do you have to or go into work? So Amanda, if you're at home, are you still working from home and getting paid, or are you home just doing housework and not necessarily getting paid because well, nobody pays me for housework. I wish I could get money to stay home to do housework, but no, not gonna happen. I got some sort of so I got like a mosquito bite. It's been bothering me. I got a mosquito bite a couple days ago. I just plopped the Chef Boyardee into a paper plate, 50 seconds. But doesn't the paper plate start to disintegrate and get soft? I'm not using the paper plate because um I've been using our fashion a lot. I don't feel like doing dishes. See, paper plates, the Chinette paper plates from yesterday, which weren't removed from the TV table. We tend to eat. We tend to eat while we watch a show for supper because that's just what we do. You have OCD and your house is a wreck. No, my house is a wreck. The stove is actually fairly clean. I have some stuff on it right now, but they're holding the place. There was some stuff that I had taken off a shelf and I put on the stove because it was clear. I just had to put them back. But no, cooking all the time. I'm going to be so I picked up some ripe bananas at Food Basics that were marked down for 99 cents. There was 2 bunches. I'm like, I'm gonna make some banana bread or muffins, banana oatmeal muffins, because we need to have some more snacky stuff. And my family does like muffins and breads. Um, just I think with this whole staying at home thing, they'll appreciate it more. See, when I would make it before, if there was other options, they wanted the other options. Because unfortunately, I've created my own monsters and my own spoiled people. Because I've given them, like, when I do my normal groceries, I would do trying to get out of the sun so you can see me versus not doing so well. Um, uh, so no, no, no. I want a clip. There's something that can clip. I'm trying to look around here to see if there's anything I can clip. I'm gonna try and fix this. Maybe, maybe that's better for now. That's a bit better. Um, but yeah, we we've been slowly eating through stuff that was not on their top list, which has been very interesting because my family's been like, "Oh, I really want that." I'm like, "Well, I will get next time I go to the store." But oh, look, we can't go to the store for another week. Just on Facebook. So her husband had posted so that I have to check on him that because so she's been self isolating because her husband was sick and they suspected the virus, but they didn't have the tests at the time to test him. Plus, he didn't, at the time, they were only testing people who were traveling out of the country, right? And he hadn't traveled out of the country. So he was at home. She was stayed home because the schools were closed, um, and had to take care of the kids. And she had told her work that she was going to self isolate because she had to self. That's what the doctor suggested. But apparently, her store manager, not the boss, told her that she was going to get fired or whatever. So if she does get fired, she can apply for the new EI stuff or the new um, emergency fund money. But um, she goes, she hadn't heard back from the boss. But I'm like, that's not right. You can't, because you're not supposed to be able to fire people during just this thing. Um, yeah. So which she was going to be self-isolating anyways. So then she like so they're on ODSP, so they're on disability. No. Well, exactly. There's nothing she can do about it. And being on disability, she gets technically technically enough to pay her rent and food, maybe with the child tax benefit and stuff. Because the problem is where she's living, like they only give you so much for living for housing. Where she's living, she's paying more than that amount because she's choosing to live there because it's a better neighborhood. It's a bigger house and stuff like this. There's nothing for that amount. Like I think it's something like maybe $700 for living for housing, and there's you can't get anything for $700 here. So where she's living, I think it's like 1,000 or 1,200 that she's paying. I think it's 1,000. Um, So she's paying more than what she's getting for that, but she has that money with ODSP. But it's going to be really, really tight because she was working, and whatever she made, um, I think it was 50% was just taken off her check. So she always still got a check, and she made this amount. So she never really like she would get ahead, but ahead slowly, right? It just means like her budget is going to be cut down. Like there's not going to be extras. And with the kids at home, and I like her kids are smaller and they don't understand. Like my kids are not snacking all the time. And if they are snacking, if they're snacking on real food versus the school snacks, I've let them have some of the school snacks, but on real food. So like leftovers. Here, hungry? Here's some leftovers. Here's some fruit. Here's some vegetables. So, um, but yeah, I know she's been trying to get the kids to do work. So here in Ontario, the schools have been shut down. We don't know till when. Right now, they said not. It's going to be past April 6th, which was the first date. So there's some stuff online just to keep your kids kind of busy or refreshed and stuff like that, but not really going to get your schoolwork type thing. Not the high school students. Some of them are being connected with their teachers to get their grades. Some things are being put online, but again, it's really harder. And not everybody, as I said, not everybody has computers, not everybody has internet. And you can't have things at certain times, especially if the parents are home. There's usually only like maybe one or two computers in the household. We are lucky, everybody in our household has their own computer. But other households, they aren't. They're using their parents' computer. If their parent is teleworking from home, they can't do schoolwork on the computer, you know, close for the rest of school. Yeah, so that's where we think it's going. Um, and if it does, great. It doesn't really affect me because Abby's been doing teleworking from her one course, so it doesn't really affect us. It affects a lot of people of her grade level because she would be technically graduating this year, but she's not because well, this was to be her grade 12 year, but she was going to be doing an extra year just because she took some spares to do extra work, extra help for math and English and Braille. When but she lost all of her grade 11 year last year being sick. This year she's gotten one credit, hopefully two. So she's still behind. So she's now still 2 years behind graduating, anyways. So for us, as I said earlier, it's from my perspective, it's kind of like everybody else is kind of now feeling how I've been feeling of your kid losing a year of school, especially with high school. They're saying that people who are in grade 12, they're going to graduate um, as long as they pass their courses. So whatever their marks are up till now, they're going to get that mark type thing they if they pass. So and then I'm just worried about those kids that don't have this about going next year for college and university. They're going to be behind. But I think everybody's going to be behind because all the BC has said school's not going to start again until maybe September. Um, but wish I did. They could cut. Yeah, yeah. Well, I, I'm hoping that the weather warms up a tiny bit at a time, and then hopefully be able to go out and do yard work. So this is the thing: is normally at this time of year, I am so busy with so many other things that I don't have time to do stuff. Like once the spring starts, everything is. But now being kind of self isolated, I could actually possibly clean my yard and do some of that stuff, gardening stuff. Um, but get my kids to help. If I can only get Abby moving and healthy enough to be alert and awake all day, then that would be great. But yeah, so with Ontario, we have TVO with TV Ontario online, as well as the TV channel, where they've been playing a lot of where they like throughout the day they always have like educational stuff, usually like before school and after school, and now the online stuff having it as a education portal to try and do stuff grade centered. So if you're in grade 2 or grade 3, here's some games and some activities and stuff to watch. Some specific things there to the curriculum. Like, okay, like say for example, grade 4 here in Ontario. Usually they do a field trip to the Upper Canada Village, the a village set up how it was in like the 1800s, 1700s, whatever, and they do a lot of that type of history type stuff. So then they'll say, okay, grade 4 portal, here's the stuff here's Upper Canada Village, a virtual tour here, all these things. All of our museums have done these virtual tour things. It's different subjects. Um, it's not quite homeschooling per se, like you're not getting marks and stuff like that on a certain thing, but it's more of just to keep kids occupied, but also to keep their learning skills refreshed to school. No, it's not when you went to school. Yeah, you say that now, but it's really hard to try and do. I'm like, as I said, my kids, I've given them only two jobs, like one job that they share, the dishwasher. One loads the dishwasher, one unloads the dishwasher. Abby usually loads, Rowan unloads, and then sorry, two jobs, and then clean the kitty litter and bring it up to be put in the green bin to go out. They're also responsible to bring down. I'm not gathering their laundry. They bring down their laundry. If I'm doing laundry, like I'll wash their stuff and dry it and put it back in their hamper, and they can take it away. But I'm not going to go gather their stuff. Speaking of laundry, I am behind. Normally, I put a load in a day. I have not put a load in about a week, but I've been just using my clothes and stuff, and I'm like, yes, I have been using a lot of PJs, so I gotta do laundry because I'm sure the kids' laundry baskets are going to be coming down, and then I'll get really behind. That's true. The problem is, yeah. So with Rowan with schoolwork, so since it's being online, it's a lot more work for her too. So she has a learning disability. It takes her a bit longer. So things are taking just longer, even though it's more accessible for her. It still takes longer than being in class and then working with friends and stuff like that. Because she's also a social being too. Um, so for her doing the work of just doing like because they have these online tests and they can redo the tests multiple times to try and get a better mark, and then whatever the best mark is, that's their mark. Give you a choice, yes. This is the problem. But the problem is, yeah, getting them to help out and do their fair share has been something that we've been discussing the past couple weeks, especially on top of like I was frustrated before, and I've been frustrated a lot lately more because they come down, they want to eat, or they come down and make lunch and then leave a mess from whatever they made, or don't put everything back. But then they come in, expect to make lunch or make something a snack, and I'm in the kitchen doing something. Like my kitchen is not that big. You've seen my kitchen. Like it's only like a 3 foot, 3.5 foot, 4 foot width between counter and counter. There's not a lot of like movable space. It's like a galley kitchen. Especially if you wanted to go outside and play with friends. Wanted to eat our house, you have to clean the dishes and pick them. Yeah, so that's the thing. They're supposed to bring their dishes and stuff to the kitchen and stuff. That's why sometimes I've been using some paper plates because don't want to dirty up the dishes, especially if it's something like that, not too messy, or that's something that's greasy. I'll put on the paper plates. I'll be like, yeah, we'll have that. And then the paper plates sop up the grease, and then we just have to put the paper plates in the green bin. It's just it's not something we use all the time. I know some people use them more, but just for my sanity sake, because there's only so much space in the dishwasher too. Do it now or get whipped and then do it after the Yes, I'm feeling a lot like Little Red Hen. You know, Little Red Hen asks if you want to come out and help pick the wheat to make flour. Oh, I'm busy. I'm doing this. Oh, help to grind the wheat to make the flour. Oh, I'm busy, busy. Oh, making the bread. You know, I'm busy, busy, busy. But when the bread comes out of the oven, everybody wants it, or the cake, or whatever. Do you really have a long lost brother? Because sometimes I wonder if I was adopted. Well, if you could do a 23andMe. Actually, so FYI, for Christmas, that's one of the things I'm going to do a video on. That's also I haven't done it yet. I got 23andMe. I wanted to do one because I don't know a lot about my family. Both my parents are dead. My mom died when I was 21. My dad died 3 years ago at 65. Both of his parents died shortly after I was born. Like I was like 6 months. My mom's parents died when I was 14. So there's not a lot. I do have one aunt of my dad's sister who lives in Florida, but a lot of the history and stuff, because she was younger than my dad, a lot of the family stuff, there's a lot of skeletons in the closet, let's say. There's a lot of the stories that were told versus the truth, you know? And same with on my mom's side. There's not a lot of history besides that. I don't know. I know my aunt, my mom talked about cousins, but don't know whose they were because my mom's mom had brothers and sisters, but then she was put up for adoption for like the orphanage, but she lived there um, with her sister, one of her sisters, and there was like 8 other kids that were put into the different orphanages. This was like in 1910, so during the depression and that. So I don't know, and I don't know if my mom's dad had brothers or sisters. I mean, she herself has a half sister and a full brother, but I literally haven't seen them since my mom's funeral. So that side of the family, definitely not close. But I'd like to kind of see if I can connect with other people because I'm finding lately, last year and a half, I've been feeling kind of lost in the sense that of knowing who I am and like or where I came from. Like I know I'm Heinz 57. I have Black, I have Arawak Indian, I have North American Indian, I have Irish, I have Scottish, I have Welsh, I have French Canadian, I have white, I have everything except for I think Italian and Asian that I know of. If they sold you on the slide, you never know. 10. Don't trust putting any info on. Well, see, there's that thing too. I'm yeah, that's why I haven't done it yet. I've been kind of hesitant. I want to do it, but then I don't want to do it. I want to do it. I want to kind of find the health issues, but then I don't want to know them. It's kind of like when you're pregnant. Do you want to find out the gender? Do you want to find out health issues? No, because it's not going to change my decision on keeping the baby or not, like for myself. But knowing that it's a possibility, if it's inherited, it's a possible inherited trait. Knowing like I know, for example, for my mom died of breast cancer at 48. I just turned 45. I've been having mammograms now for the past 2 years, every 6 months because of my mom being diagnosed at 43. Right. Well, I'm fine, but I've got calcifications, which can be the pre preliminary stuff to lumps or whatever, or could turn into like there are the things that can turn into things if under the right conditions of under the full moon, under the Aries sun or whatever, you know. But do I really want to know? I don't know. Because it's funny when Jeff and I took a little vacation. He took me out for my birthday. We used the money that we got back from our crappy vacation, um, and problems that we had with that, but it was not enough for the whole family. So he took me and the girls stayed home for first time. My um, Rowan had reading week, and she took care of Abby and everything was good. On vacation, we're just talking about retirement and stuff. I'm like, chances are, with my family history, my health, I don't think I'll live till retirement, or much past retirement. Because my dad lived to 65. Like, you know, my mom was 48. My dad's parents were both 55, 54 and 55. Both of my mom's parents, well, was 80 and 78, but that was my mom's mom was supposed to die as a baby because she was born in 1908, and she had a hole in her heart. Um, and they didn't fix that stuff back then. And she lived till she was 80. She had multiple different other things that should have killed her, but she survived. Like like giving birth to my mom, which was her youngest, should have killed her because she had fallen on train tracks, like tripped and fell on the crossing the tracks, and her water broke. And she was only like 6, 7 months pregnant. And my mom was born premature. And at that time, this was in 48, um, they didn't really have baby incubators. So the hospitals got stuff from the farm, which was like a chicken incubator type thing, but not like how it is now. They were kind of like sort of like old hotbeds to try and keep my mom alive. And my grandmother had to have some surgery, major surgery with that too, because she was bleeding a lot and stuff. So I think hemorrhaging probably, I don't know. She didn't really talk about much of that, but she was supposed to die multiple times, but she didn't. Yeah. I wish I was tall. I'm 5'4". I'm the tallest female. I'm the tallest female in my family, other than now Rowan. Rowan is now taller than me, but in my family before me, because my mom was 5'2", my nana was 5 foot. I don't. I know my dad said his mom was short, was about 5'2" or 4. His dad was 5'8", 5'6", 5'8", because my dad was only 5'8". So my grandpa was 5'2". I'm taller than him. Yes, true. Well, exactly. Like so, like I mean, for example, I do go to doctors, and like Jeff asked, when was the last time I went to the doctors? I'm like, well, it was last year at this time. So I haven't gone for my annual physical yet this year, because well, hello, a life's been busy, and b um, this virus, right? Nobody's doing any physical appointments unless you're like really sick. Um, and honestly, haven't gotten really sick. Actually, I haven't even been on antibiotics in a couple of years. Like I haven't gone to the doctors being sick in a couple of years. I've gone to the doctors if I pulled a muscle to get like physio requests or whatever. But my last physical, even though I am overweight, no surprise there. My blood pressure's fine. My sugars are fine. Everything was normal. Um, my liver had a little bit of because we had an ultrasound there or whatever thing had a little bit of fatty acids or fatty deposits or whatever, but they said that was relatively normal, and that she goes, if you lost weight, this would also get better. I'm like, yes, trying to do that, but I'm like, I'm not necessarily eating lots, and I'm not well, right now, I'm not exercising lots, which I should. I'm thinking of doing some more exercising at home because I'm getting cabin fever. I usually walk all the time, um, but being at home and cleaning and just doing stuff, I'm not having bursts of walking and bursts of energy and stuff like that. So I think I'm gonna be doing some of that at home a bit more than I was. But um the problem is right now with all the stress of with Abby's health and everything of that, on top of the stress of life, I'm not gonna go into any type of specialized diet, you know, because can't I don't know what next week what's gonna be at the store, right? But I can just try and eat healthy and just I think I just need to exercise a bit more because I've been finding that my muscles are not very happy with me. Like my back right now, I pulled a muscle in my back this morning, twisting and stuff. I'm like, that's because I'm not using my muscles as much as I used to. I've just got to stretch things out. Yes, there's that's true. I can't go walk the neighborhood. Stay away from. Yeah, but junk tastes yummy, and sometimes it's cheaper than therapy. See, I'm not necessarily the big junk food person. My family likes the snacks. As I said, I bought a bunch of snacks. I will eat them with other when other people are doing. That's my problem. Is like I don't have necessarily the self control of not having the same stuff as them. True, true. Well, here in Canada, it doesn't cost me anything to have a heart attack, other than my life. But yeah, I'm just saying price wise. But yes. Oh, I know. Well, as I say, my heart, as I said, like I had a whole physical, like a whole kit and caboodle. Like my heart is fine. Everything. Yes, I am overweight, but healthy wise, she was like when she was reading the results, like she was like this is like my doctor's like expecting the results to show up diabetic or high blood pressure or da 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 da. Nope. Yes, I I tend so if you follow me on the Facebook, you could see the things I post. I'm serious, but then I joke about the stupidest things, inappropriateness. It's like with the virus and stuff, the inappropriate jokes of going, well, you know, people doing things because they think it'll be better. Like we saw an article of this couple. Unfortunately, the man died, but they thought, let's drink aquarium cleaner because I heard that it would help with this virus. You know, kill. They weren't even sick. Okay, they weren't even sick with the coronavirus, but if they drank this stuff, they would never get the coronavirus. I don't know where they got this information from, but they drank it. The guy, the father, the husband died. The wife was sent to the hospital. I'm like, hmm. Well, this coronavirus, two things. It's kind of proving Darwin's theory of evolution, survival of the fittest, because unfortunately, those people are stupid. It's like, let's drink bleach. No, no, let's not. Yes, bleach is a disinfectant. 1 to 10 ratio, 1 part bleach, 10 parts water is a high concentration of disinfectant that hospitals will use at that level or less, like more water to that bleach ratio, will kill the germs. At 1 to 10, will kill this germ, okay, on surfaces. That's all. You don't need to go crazy. It's like 1 to 10. Okay. I've seen people put like half a cup of bleach and half a cup of water. I'm like, that is going to kill your skin. Yes, I picked up one March 4th because it was the last one on the shelf when I did my groceries, just at that one store. Um, but I was at Food Basics yesterday. They had bleach. They had the big bottles, they had the regular bottles. They weren't marked up or anything. They had a limit of 2. Everything had a limit of 2. They had Lysol, they had Pine Sol, they had all these cleaning products, and the healthy ones, the Myers ones, the organic whatever, they did have some Lysol wipes too. So, and paper towels. So, excuse me. And then so this is the thing. People are like, wash your hands, wash your hands. Yes, wash your hands when you're in contact outside of the house of stuff that you aren't sure. But in your family, if I get sick, my family's going to get sick anyway. There's only so much you can really self isolate. Like if one person gets sick, like with any cold or any flu or chicken pox or whatever or measles. If so, you don't need to go crazy washing like a surgeon while you're in your house. Especially if you've been in your house for 2 weeks, there hasn't been like you're not gonna. It's not coming in, right? You can wash your hands. I'm not saying not to, but the more times you wash your hands, and I've washed my hands a good amount, okay, and I've used Purell and stuff. I'm not using Purell in my house. I'm using Purell when I'm going out there and dealing with outside stuff. I'm saving that for that because that's the stuff I want to kill. The stuff in my house is my stuff in my house. It's just here, you know, but it's already peeling. It's not too bad today because I've been putting lotion on whenever I remember to think about it. But yeah, you need to just be reasonable. Don't hoard. Don't buy excessive amount of stuff. Have a good working pantry. So keep your stock, but add one. So what you think you're going to buy for 2 weeks, buy one more. So if you go through 2 things of pasta, 2 things of sauce in a normal week, buy 3 things of pasta, 3 things of sauce. So you have one in your cupboard, just in case it's you need to extend it. So if you keep on doing that each time you do groceries, you will slowly, slowly, slowly gain a pantry of 2 weeks. Because if you did that with every single thing in on your list that you normally eat, you would have 1 week's extra in your pantry. So in 2 weeks' time, when you do groceries again, you'll have one more week's in your pantry. So then you have now 2 weeks. If you do that again, you have 3 weeks. It's not well a pantry. I'm just saying a pantry. It could be bookshelf. It could be a Rubbermaid bin. It doesn't. It could be anything that you're holding food, like dry cans, um, or dry boxes of food, or in your freezer, like I call my pantry of stuff. So like you know So, for example, you eat a lot of these freezer meals. Okay, buy enough for the 2 weeks, but buy extra for another week. So you buy 3 weeks worth. So in 2 weeks again, you buy 3 weeks worth. Now you have 2 weeks straight in your freezer. So if you get stuck, you have extra. This is why I have a hard time with people. Like people are like, "Oh, I don't have a space, or I don't have a pile. I have to pile them up on." That's fine. Like, I don't know how big your place is, but if you could have a Rubbermaid bin for, um, canned foods or in the basement, you know? You don't have to, but then make sure that you use it. So when you're buying the stuff, the newest stuff, you put further back and use up the older stuff so that it's rotating. So you're always and then when you get to a certain level, like, say if you decide, "This shelf is my pantry," I'll put extra stuff on this shelf. Once the shelf is full, that's all I'm gonna do for my pantry. Well, as you use stuff, you buy stuff, you put at the back, you put the other stuff up front. Because I have friends who were shopping 2, 3 times a week going to the store because they ran out of this or whatever. Yes, they had a few cans of they literally during this whole crisis, they were uh, on Facebook going, "Oh my god, went to the store, I couldn't find any da 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 da." And they did end up buying some canned stuff or pantry stuff to put on their shelves for just in case. I'm like, yeah, why didn't you have this just in case stuff to begin with, and just use it as you use it? Like I know people who didn't have an extra package of pasta or sauce in their cupboard because every week they just went and bought one package of pasta and one thing of sauce. And that would be a couple meals or whatever. I'm like, why don't you buy when it's on sale? Buy three or four. Then you don't have to spend the regular everyday price all the time. You're always buying it at the sale price. True. Okay. Well, you can get another. I'm sure. I don't know about in your area, but like in our area, there's like Facebook groups and stuff, and there's buy nothing groups. I have seen freezers for free. Okay, you don't even have to buy them. Free and working, like little apartment size freezers, or sometimes big upright freezers or big chest freezers for free. And then there's also ones for cheap. Having a freezer, even a small apartment size freezer, is the best way to save money because when those Hormel meals are on sale for like let's say they're $2 normally, when they're on sale for a buck, you stock up. You buy twice as much for the same amount. When the hamburger is down to like let's say, God forbid, however it goes down to 99 cents a pound. Here the cheapest it's like 2.88 a pound. When it's on 2.88, stock up. Then you don't have to pay $5 for a pound of ground beef. Well, look for buy nothing groups on Facebook or online. So they have them in on Facebook. I know that, but before that, they also had it online through your email. I mean, okay, see this chair and this couch, brand new, like too new to us, free. It was covered in plastic, from the previous owner. Yes, it was. It was from the '80s or so. It was covered in plastic, and they took they they changed. I actually have my dining room table, my chairs. I've gotten them for free. Half my clothes I've gotten for free. Half the kids' clothes I've gotten for free. My spring coat, my winter jacket I bought this year. Um, a lot of my kitchen stuff I've got for free. I've like put a lot of my canning jars got for free. A lot of books. But I also give the stuff for free. As we don't use them, I offer them up for free. Right. True. Like I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Like I'm sure there's community groups. Was what I'm saying. Like and then even around here, like they put stuff to the curbs and stuff for free. Like there's free cycle and free store, buy nothing groups. Maybe, but you could. I don't know on Facebook. It's like, what city? What city do you live in? At the curb, it's for garbage. Well, so people put stuff at the curb on just before, usually just before garbage day, the day before. Sometimes with a free sign, but some stuff that's at the curb is just they put it at the curb because they don't want it. Right? Not that it's necessary. Like I've seen barbecues and stoves and stuff at the store at the curb saying working. You know, please take. They just got a new one. Like like here in Canada, I don't know about in the States, but here in Canada, a lot of the appliance stores always seem to have some sort of special on that if you buy two appliances, it costs you like half the amount for both of them. So it's almost like a buy one get one free. So say one appliance is 100 is $500, and the other appliance is $600. They'll say, well, if you get any these two appliances, we'll give it to you for $700. So you're paying like $200 for the other appliance. You're paying like half the price. So a lot of people upgrade when their washer dies, they'll upgrade the washer and dryer because it only costs a couple $100, and then you have a matching set, or um, they're the same age, so they should hopefully die at the same time. and they'll say it's working. Yes. Well, this is why your president mentioned the other day about putting military around the border and like because of people might be trying to go like no, we're fine. We're not trying to sneak in to the States. In Canada, we've had and any given year we get something like 20,000, 25,000 25,000 people trying to go over like our border from the US to Canada. So US citizens, so not even non other citizens coming into Canada. Okay, us going into your border, like I mean, and these are the legitimate um, border trying to go into your country type. There's maybe 3,000. There's there's very few of us that um, think the grass is greener on the other side. It's same grass, it's fine, but we have free healthcare. As I said, like also just recently we just started all this thing with the virus. You don't have to go to the doctor. They're saying, "Hey, we're doing virtual." So we had a thing that was a cost thing called Maple, and it cost like $50, like like it was a video thing you could do with a doctor, and it was really good for parents that if they had a really sick kid, but they knew, okay, this is this is what it is. We've had this before. We don't want to go to the doctor's office and infect other people. They offer to pay for it, $50. But some clinics offered this as a free portal. Now everybody, there's a whole thing with this virus. They're offering it for free to everybody. So we don't have to go to the doctors. We just go on and connect with this app and connect with doctors to do it for free. And then they send you an email with your prescription, or they'll fax it to the pharmacy or whatever if you need that. Well, exactly. As I said there was one that was that was a cost, and then certain clinics had their own specific one that was free. If But you had to sometimes go to the clinic. Like some of the clinics, there was virtual clinics, so they had like they didn't have a doctor there. They just had a nurse and an admin staff. So you'd go there and you'd go to this into your room and you'd talk via conferencing with doctors. And sometimes these doctors were also in remote communities and stuff like that too. So it helped pay and still get, but they they've been offering that for free, and our emergency rooms are now almost empty because of this virus. So it's quite before this virus. It's kind of the silver lining of it. Before this virus, our emergency rooms were at 120, 130% capacity. There was not enough seats in the emergency room for the people that were coming in with the flu or whatever they deemed as being an emergency. But since this virus, all those people magically deem it not so much emergency, and only those true emergencies are actually at the hospital. That they're like, there's only a couple people and very well spread out, and they're leaving the emergency rooms for the actual true emergencies. So there's a silver lining there. Our roads are empty. There's less air pollution. Like we don't have an issue with fog and stuff like that. Like smog, I think it's called. But there's less air pollution around the world. Look at Italy. The Venice, the canals are all clean, and there's no um, cloud of smog above China and other big major cities. I got crap health. Well, yes, come up here. If you have a skill and stuff, come up here. And what's funny is like a lot of the jobs, like for example, if you are looking for work, if you know anybody who's a truck driver or who wants to be one, we are actually desperately seeking people to be truck drivers up here. It's one of the jobs that's been advertised. Like they were like even advertising for refugees to come if they can drive a truck too. it'd be one of those skills that we actually are seeking. Because we're such a big country, like, everybody lives so far apart, like, the big cities are so far apart, everything needs to be traveled by truck or by train or by whatever. I gotta make some phone calls and get back to work. So are you getting paid, Amanda, for your working at home? I'm hoping. I pay and still get nothing. You can't get tested unless your doctor gives you a referral. Yeah, so that is the thing was people weren't getting tested even if they were sick because they had to have the certain conditions because we when this whole epidemic part came out and that with the travel just before we're shutting the planes and stuff down. Um, we didn't have enough tests in each of the cities. So they were only testing those who traveled and that were presenting symptoms. So not just those who traveled, but if you're traveled and presenting symptoms, we wanted people to just self-isolate, and then if they presented symptoms, come and get tested. We have a clinic actually by the hospital, um, as a drive-through clinic type thing, but they only had so many tests, and it was the laboratories were backlogged. So some of the tests that we had, they're like a week behind on getting the results. But we've now got a new shipment in our city, and that's why our city has now declared it as a state of emergency because like not only our province but our city because our numbers of confirmed cases went up to like 25 or 30 now just because the result like we're testing more people that were sick but also the results are coming in because there was a backlog. I mean that's why like Quebec they just doubled their numbers in like 2 days. Yes, yes, it's called CPP, so Canada Pension Plan. Um, but um, if you are gay, so if you can, so for you as an American, you can come to Canada, and you can get your Social Security from the States and live in Canada. You can be an American citizen and living here, and that. But I think you have to pay both taxes, like depending on your thing. If you were here and you can get CPP or welfare if you were not on or disability. So there's in Ontario, there's Ontario Disability Support Program (ODSP). Welfare, it's not welfare anymore. It's called like Ontario Works. Um, and seniors stuff is CPP. That's our pension plan, which isn't a lot. But if you don't qualify for any of those, there is the Ontario Works side. But you have to be probably on welfare. I don't get much. Yes, well, that's the thing. So you have to be here a bit or somehow to get certain things. I don't know. But you'd get, well, when you live here, when you move here, you can get healthcare, which covers your doctor's visits, your hospital visits, all that stuff. Certain things that still cost here that's not included dental and eye care. But if you are on CPP or pension, you get and your prescriptions. Um, you can apply for there's a Trillium benefit, so Trillium for Ontario because that's our flower. If you're under a certain income level, you can get your prescriptions, most of them paid for. Like the first, I think 100 or 200 of your prescriptions you pay, and then after that, the rest of them are you don't pay for except for the dispensing fee. Um, and if you're a senior, they've cut the dispensing fee for all seniors to $2. So instead of some stores have $5 to $12 of dispensing fee, depending on the store. But yes, and also there is uh, we do have seniors, like most needed seniors residences or nursing homes and stuff, and there's some that are government funded, like that if you don't have the money to pay the two, three, $4,000 a month um, for the really classy ones, I guess classy or fancy ones, there are ones that are less, and that are government funded, that you either pay for that amount if you can, like it basically your pension pays for that amount, or excuse me, or those who don't have that um, can pay for it too. But again, those ones are a wait list too. Oh, 2 to 3,000. Oh yeah, that's my street. I have two seniors homes. The one that's down here, it's about three to $4,000 a month. But they're it's fancy too. But it's almost like being like on a cruise ship. I think like you got your own room, or you're sharing. It's cheaper if you're sharing with somebody else. But you have a big room. They have a fancy dining room. Like it looks like an inside of a restaurant. Food's really good. No, that's something for to paying the seniors residence. Here you get so welfare. Let's see. I'm just gonna look for that welfare. I want to give you good numbers. Welfare, Ottawa. Um, how much money? So in Ontario, a single person on welfare receives $656 monthly. A single person with one child, $941. A couple with two children, $1,173. A single person on ODSP, which is a disability, receives $1,090. A single person with one child, $1,515. And a couple with two children is $1,791. That was These are numbers that were from 2005. So the numbers have come up a bit, but then there's add-ons that you could apply for too. Well, that's what a friend of mine that's in the States, that's what they said. That's what they've done is they um, they purposely did a small crime so that they could go to jail to get enough food to eat. You know, because they went, they pleaded guilty, and they got 3 square meals a day and a room over their head. They were home. The person I knew, that they were homeless. And they had they had other things. They had addictions issues and all that stuff too. But they purposely went and stole something and got caught, or broke into a house or something like that and got caught something about stealing, so that they can get 6 months or a year in jail, so they can get health care and food, because they were eating once every couple of days. So no, that's the money that you get. You're supposed to pay for rent, so you can. So we do have subsidized housing and stuff. The bigger cities do, and some of the smaller cities too. But you have to apply for that, and you have to be on the waiting list too. Because right now our waiting list here is high. But yeah, there is that. So, well, it's 12:14. I should get going because I should be making everybody lunch. So have a great day. Thanks for watching and hanging out, Florida. Greg, well, at least the weather's much nicer there. It's at least 30 degrees there. It's 3 here. But stay safe. Stay away from people, which I'm sure you always do, anyways. And have a great day. and hopefully you'll see some cooking videos of mine sometime soon. Today, I should have the stuff we ate in February. I'm still trying to finish off that series, those videos. I will. I'm going to go right there right now. I'll watch it after my lunch. If I can go there. So have a good day. Bye, friends.